makes you believe what you believe? What indoctrination did you get to believe what you believe? And why do you live? What's your purpose? Like, what makes you wake up in the morning and do what you're supposed to do? Because you're going to have people around you telling you things. So you're going to believe what people around you say, or are you going to believe what you feel inside, what you think? Like, what's the point of waking up in the morning and making breakfast and going to work, even though you know at the end of the month you're going to be struggling again? What makes you keep doing it? What makes you get up in the morning and go to work and make lunch and hang out with your friends and then start all over again? What makes this year so much different than the last year? Is it because you know deep in your core that it's going to be different because the world is changing around you slowly? You see things that are different. You're experiencing things that are different. Wonder if you ever feel that life is just the same over and over again, but you can't give up because that goes against your character. It goes against your makeup of who you are. That you know it's going to be different because voices in your head or spirits around you are telling you it's going to be different. And you believe that even though your program is showing you that it's not. But your 3D could be lying to you. I used to want to be a famous person, and I used to want to be this successful guru that had people around me to help me and get where I wanted to go. And now I've gotten to the point where I'm learning that if I feel safe within myself, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter who's around me. It doesn't matter who's in my life. It doesn't matter what I have or what I don't have. If I feel safe and protected, that's what matters. Because things can change really quickly. That you thought one way before and now it's different. Like, if you look back at your experiences and realize that I had all these things and now I have nothing, and you're happier having nothing than having all these things, it's perspective. When you have a good perspective, you're not really worried about anything because you know that it's all going to work out. And you used to miss people that you thought were crucial. Like, you used to miss people because you thought, oh, that's my friend or that's my buddy. But if you haven't heard from them in over 2 years or 3 years, are they really your buddy? Or are they just an acquaintance that you connected with at the time and the place? You connected with them when you went to that certain church or that certain gathering. You connected with them. And now you're off the radar. You don't really go in public anymore. you kind of just keep to yourself. It's funny how that is. Like when you were younger, you're like, all I want to do is be some famous actor or some famous singer. And now when you're older, you're like, I could care less if I had fame or I had paparazzi or fans. Like, who cares? Like, honestly. And you see all these famous people all over the internet, and you're like, good for you, you made $40 million or you made $100 million. Like, congrats. But are you happy? Because anybody can look happy from the outside but be miserable on the inside. You want your peace and your aura to be happy. So, whatever that is. And like, there's a lot of people that are really rich, but they're not happy because they have to have 24 hours security and they have to be careful where they go because people are going to do things to them or try to hurt them or try to harm them. So, it's funny how people want to be famous, but do you know all the ramifications that comes with fame? You have to pay a lot of money for security. Like you could just go to the grocery store and you could have 30 people coming up to you and be like, "Hey bro, I know you. You're so famous. Can I get your autograph?" And you're like, "Dude, I just want to get a loaf of bread and go home." And you get bombarded with 20 people at the grocery store wanting your autograph. So it's it's cool and all because you're famous, but it can be really annoying because you just want to go to the grocery store and get a basic condiment for your dinner or some kind of toast for breakfast or whatever, and you got like a bunch of people coming up to you in the line. So it's a different perspective that a lot of people want to be famous, but there's always cons to being famous because a lot of people are going to recognize you, like, or try to do things like they see where you are and they'll want to stop by or whatever. So it's just a perspective to think about it. Like, if you're just an average Joe, nobody knows about you. And a lot of the celebrities are just reincarnated somebody else. So I don't know. It's funny how things change the older you get and things are different than when you thought before. Like you used to think like all I want when I was younger is to have a family around me to feel safe and protective. And now 20 years go by, 30 years go by, 40 years go by, and you're like, all I want to do is be alone. I want to be alone. I don't want people around me. Like, it's interesting that the dynamic changes the older you get. It's like when you were younger, you're like, all I want to do is have my friends come over and we have this giant party all the time and we just eat food and hang out and play video games together till we can't keep our eyes open anymore. And now, when you're older, I'm like, nope, I want my space away. I just want to be left alone. Like I'll clock in for my shift and do my shift for 8 hours and then I want to go home and just be by myself. It's kind of funny how that is. It's like you really wanted to be like with a lot of people when you're younger. Like you used to go to the bar and drink and do all these amazing things, and now the older you get, you're like, okay, it's the new year. Whoop 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 whoop. Watch the ball drop, like big deal. Even though it looked the same like it was before. It's like I don't know if it's wisdom or just growing in discernment of who you are, is realizing that your alone time is the most precious thing. Like it's nice to go hang out with your wife and hang out with your kids and do all those social things, but sometimes I just want to be by myself in my own little space, reading a book or playing some music or just chillaxing. It's just something to think about.